Welcome to Year Around the Peninsula. I'm Senior Airman Taylor West. Building the bonds between CATUSAs and U.S. soldiers is essential to maintain a strong alliance. Army Sergeant Kevin Spence finds a CATUSA who acts as a bridge between two nations.
5 miles from the Camp Casey Gate, there's a mountain called Soyo. Local citizens love to hike there and admire the beautiful scenery. Today, soldiers from HHB 210th Field Artillery Brigade are here to conduct sergeant's time training.
Its main purpose is to help our U.S. soldiers, our friends, to come out and experience the Korean culture.
The soldiers are provided a chance to not only enjoy local nature, but also gain a deeper perspective of the area in which they work and live.
So today's class will definitely help with the U.S. soldiers and the CATUSAs understand each other more. With the CATUSAs actually explaining about their country to the U.S. soldiers, we could give the exact information. 1, 2, 3. It was a very unusual experience for me to start the sergeant times training. I think it was a very beneficial time for the U.S. soldiers and for me.
Army Sergeant Kevin Spence, Mount Soyosan, Korea.
The training contained 2 classes on Korean culture. Remember how much fun it was to get outside and to enjoy the summer as a kid? CATUSA Private Sin Jong-won is at a camp that is doing just that.
Serving others is very important for all of us to learn, and I enjoy it. It's not a duty. It's something we do because we want to. It's from the heart, and that's what makes it special.
Civilian and military members volunteer their time, teaching local orphans how to play the world's most popular sport, soccer. The soccer camp started on a dirt field in Seoul, but we donated uniforms from local and military sponsors and facilities at Yongsan Garrison. These boys experience something they don't normally get a chance to enjoy.
Hopefully we're leaving a positive impact on them that they can carry on with them later on. They can remember this event and how we treated them and also how they treated each other, and hopefully they can continue to grow from that experience.
CATUSA Private Shin Jang-won, Yongsan, Korea.
The orphanage soccer camp has been held every summer since 2008. Kunsan Air Base has many entertainment opportunities. Senior Airman Elizabeth Toronto tells us about one option airmen shouldn't overlook.
At Kunsan Air Base, there's multiple options for weekend fun. One such option gives the Wolfpack a chance to see Korea. The CAC offers tours every weekend to see various Korean sites and attractions. Just ask Master Sergeant Mike Wright why he thinks these tours are worth your time.
I think the CAC tours are great because when you're overseas, especially, like I'm away from my wife, away from my kids, and it's important for people to get involved, do some things to kind of keep their mind off of what's going on back home, and CAC tours are a great way for that to happen at a good price too. I would encourage folks to get out and take an opportunity or take advantage of the opportunity that the CAC offers for this value and where they take you and what you get to see. I don't think there's a better value here at Kunsan. So I would encourage folks to get out and take advantage of it.
So if you're ready to get out and explore, consider the CAC for an off-base tour. Senior Airman Elizabeth Toronto, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
The CAC offers several other great tour opportunities, like amusement parks and pro baseball game trips. Remembering fallen comrades is very important. There's an annual event at the Joint Security Area that's meant to do exactly that.
Captain Arthur G. Boniface. Sergeant Major, Captain Boniface is no longer with us.
On August 18, 1976, Captain Arthur Boniface and First Lieutenant Mark Barrett were killed by North Korean soldiers while removing a tree along the JSA, or the Joint Security Area. An annual memorial ceremony is held to commemorate their sacrifice. U.S. service members, ROK soldiers, and JSA veterans pay their respect to the fallen. This display of unity shows the unwavering bond the two countries share.
I was proud to stand here commanding the same company that was commanded by Captain Boniface 40 years ago. I think the ceremony did an absolute outstanding job of paying tribute to those two fallen soldiers.
CATUSA Private Sun Shin-young, Camp Boniface, Korea.
The memorial is not only to remember the sacrifice, but also to show the strength of U.S. and ROC Alliance. Starting a new year at school typically means children getting new clothes, new shoes, school supplies, and so on. But one Yongsan student saw it as a chance to give to others.
Thank you.
Thanks. Lee is getting ready to start the 6th grade, but she's not getting her hair cut just to get a new look for middle school.
I decided to cut my hair because I wanted to donate it to the kids with cancer to make them feel a lot more confident about themselves. One of my dad's co-workers asked me if I've ever donated my hair, so I got curious. And I researched online and found this one place called Locks of Love, and I saw that you donated your hair for the kids with cancer because they don't have any hair.
The start of a school year was a significant choice for Lee.
She did some research on it and found out that the Cancer Awareness Month for Children is in September, so she wanted to get the haircut at that time so that she could give it to the kids, when they started school or within that time frame of the month.
Giving herself to help others has given Lee a sense of fulfillment.
I feel really good inside that I cut my hair, and I feel a lot happier.
Lee has a message for her friends, acquaintances, and fellow students.
Well, if they ask me why I'd cut my hair, well, I would have said I donated it for a good cause, and that if they would like to donate it, it would make a big difference.
Army Sergeant Kado Galgano, Yongsan, Korea.
I have a lot of hair.
Thank you.
September is Cancer Awareness Month for children. Everyone has to leave the military at some point. Senior Airman Carly Thompson shows us the different classes offered at Kunsan's Airmen and Family Readiness Center to help military members transition into civilian life.
The Transition Assistance Program, or TAPS, helps separating and retiring military members transition into civilian life. But it's not the only option the Airmen and Family Readiness Center offers.
There's 3 tracks when you go through TAP, optional training tracks. There's, the higher education one, there's the Boots to Business, and then there's the career technical training track.
Airman First Class Mohammed Al-Dalawi is getting a head start on his next career.
I'm attending the career technical training class because I get out late next year and I'd like to have a few options for me.
The 2-day class is geared towards helping military members transition into technical jobs.
So depending what you're going to do when you get out of the military, you kind of focus on that area.
Airman Al-Dalawi has a couple ideas of what he wants to do.
I plan on opening a business or going into mechanical engineering.
Either way, he knows that preparing for separation is important.
I think you play a big part in how your transition goes. I think if you go out of your way to make sure that you're attending these classes and you're taking your time to do the research, then it should always be easy.
Because a lot of people will spend more time preparing for a vacation than they will for their next career.
Senior Airman Carly Thompson, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
For more information on classes, contact your local Airmen and Family Readiness Center. You don't have to settle for less if the services aren't up to par. Sergeant Kevin Spence tells us about a place that's throwing a party to celebrate change.
Customer service is the #1 reason patrons come back. 6 months ago, Camp Red Cloud's Mitchell's Club decided to make changes with the customer in mind.
Any feedback is good, whether it's good or bad. Any feedback is good as long as you know how to use that feedback in the proper way.
The culmination of the customers' voices resulted in a Blues and Barbecue appreciation party. National Guard Sergeant First Class Russ Litter trained his team on the new menu items.
My job is to teach, mentor, and coach, and follow up with, okay guys, this is how a dish should look, just like this. In fact, in the kitchen, they're gonna have pictures of the wall. This doesn't look like this, let's do it again.
Armed with a new menu, food sampling, and some eclectic entertainment, Mitchell's Club proves to be more than just a night spot to the community.
I think the smiles on the faces probably said it all. You put yourself in customer's standpoint. You look at this, doesn't that make you want to come here?
Army Sergeant Kevin Spence, Camp Red Cloud, Korea.
In honor of the changes, Mitchell's Club received the Best Night Spot Award from the Stripes this year. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, August 27th. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.